Have you ever watched Power Rangers and thought, what could be cooler than this when you were young watching it? I'll tell you what. We're here today watching Pacific Rim. Going into this movie, a lot of haters. Like, that looks stupid. That looks like something for like a 13-year-old. That looks like bad sci-fi. That looks just dumb. Does nobody have an imagination anymore? Yes, this movie is, I'm gonna go to concessions, I'm gonna buy a bucket of popcorn, buy a large soda, walk my happy ass in here, sit down in the middle, and enjoy a alien robot brawl. Come on, who wouldn't want to watch that? You have Idris Elba, Charlie Hunnam, Charlie Day, Ron Perlman, a couple guys from Sons of Anarchy. Who wouldn't want to watch this movie? Like seriously, who wouldn't? Yes, when I get excited, my voice heightens in elevation. So you've got these big mechanized warriors, right? Okay, you know, robots, some like, oh, knock on the Transformers. I'm thinking Power Rangers, and they just made it much more badass with all kinds of weapons. And you've got these aliens, which from the movie depicts, we've got small, medium, large, you know, they just keep getting bigger and bigger. And they're just duking it out, man, just flat out brawling. Predictable plotline? Sure, pretty predictable. A couple little twists you might not see coming, but hey, it's enjoyable. The music was outstanding. The guy that did Iron Man, Raymond, I can't say his last name because there's too many crazy letters that don't quite match up for me, did the music. I'm like, I'm gonna buy this soundtrack. This is pretty awesome music. I could definitely, you know, work out to this, whatever. Cinematography was great. Most people worried about shaky camera when the fight. No, dude. When they're fighting, you're seeing punch, uppercut, okie blow. You see it all. And it's not like this crazy, you know, Bourne Ultimatum stuff going on. It's like, not bad. I can really see what's going on. I can enjoy what I'm watching. They have some pretty interesting edit cuts, so editor people out there be like, oh, I like that. All in all, it's a fun movie. Fun blockbuster movie. Go see it. It's pretty family oriented. There's really not a lot of language in it, which is kind of surprising for a PG-13 movie. It's just more of the you know, alien machinery violence, which isn't really that violent, just like, damn. For those of you that do watch credits, stay for the credits. There's an interesting end credit thing and an end credit scene. So you don't want to miss out on that, because if you do, come Monday and everyone's talking about it, you're outside that circle. On a scale of 1 to 10, 9.5. Solid 9.5. That 0.5, just a couple little, you know, like those cheesy one-liners. I'm like, really? Okay, whatever. I mean, but that's not enough for me to like, oh, this movie gets like a 5. No, 9.5.
Explain my formula. Explain why you don't give that
9.5. Go see it. Love it. All right, so did you like the movie?
I did. I actually enjoyed it quite a bit.
What'd you think of the kaiju?
I enjoyed the kaiju. I think that there was enough variety in them, but they were all just kick-ass. they were pretty brutal. They just kept getting bigger and bigger as the movie went on.
The kaiju are the aliens. Okay, I think it's pretty obvious when he's saying they just keep getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, the kaiju are the giant monsters.
A little side question, was there any particular kaiju that you liked out of the bunch that you saw?
I can't say it without spoiling, but there was one that had a little trick up its sleeve that I thought was really unexpected and awesome.
Okay.
That one caught me off guard, and it was pretty awesome.
So what do you think of the Jaegers, the big mechanized warriors?
I liked them. I kind of wanted to see a little more variety, although they had one with 3 arms, and they kind of themed them after the areas they were from and stuff like that. But I don't know, whenever I think of that type of robot, or whatever you want to call it, I always think of, you know, like one's got 6 arms, and one's got like, you know, 2 things coming out of his, you know, like 6 legs so he could roll around, and, you know, crazy stuff. But they were kind of cut and dry. There wasn't a whole lot of difference to them, but they looked awesome.
Did you have any complaints with this movie? Like something that just kind of bothered you that, you know?
You know, I didn't. The little one-liners were a little cheesy, but I kind of expected that coming into this movie, just the kind of movie it is. You expect high action, you expect not a whole lot of story, although I was surprised there was more story than I thought there would be. And then you expect those little cheesy one-liners and those little visual gags. But I enjoyed it. I think what they were making, I can't imagine how they could have done it better, to be honest.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you hated it, 10 being you loved it, what do you give this?
I give it a 9. I thought it was a great ride. I thought that the way they did the characters and the way they tried to actually do character development was shocking. I didn't see that coming at all. I thought it was just going to be drop a robot in and have it fight some giant monster and then move to the next robot and the next monster. But there was a lot of character development. You actually care about the characters by the end, and there's twists. And I enjoyed it. It was well done.
So it's nice seeing Hollywood actually pull off a monster movie.
Yeah, it was different than what I expected, and it was pleasantly so different than what I expected.
All right. So did you like this movie?
I did.
And what did you think of the kaiju, the aliens?
Well, I was a big fan of monster movies. You know, I thought they were pretty good. I mean, it was Hollywood's first take on actually making a Godzilla style monster.
Okay. Out of all the kaiju you saw, was there one in particular that you liked?
Well, there were some variety in between the kaiju we saw in the movie.
So, do you have a favorite Jaeger?
Well, yeah, I like how they're all designed based off their
Like where they're from,
yeah,
parts
for
of
the
the world?
sun, yeah.
With some diversity in there. Now, did you have any said complaints with this movie? Anything that just kind of maybe bothered you a little bit that you could do without?
Well, yeah, the story was kind of, you know, it was average. It wasn't bad, but it was not enough to drive me away from the movie. I enjoyed the action.
So you were pleasantly surprised with the outcome of this movie?
Yeah,
On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you hated it, 10 being you liked it, what do you give it?
I'll probably give it a 9.
Wow, we're like solid 9s today. Good blockbuster, no brainer. There it is.
To all you Metal Gear Solid fans up there, in case you know, Hideo Kojima likes this movie.
So go ahead, comment down here what you think of how we're doing. And question for this week, I'd like to know, what do you think was one of the best monster movies made? Just what do you think? There's no wrong answers. It's your own opinion. Let me know. I'm curious. It's what the people think. And you know the drill. Like it, subscribe, favorite it, share it. And next week we're watching R.I.P.D. That's right. So you'll only get to know if it's worth going.
So rest in peace, department.
What he said. We'll see you then.